To Love and Kabash. This movie is on Omoni Oboli TV. Now, the movie features Ekama and then as well as Dike. And I mean, there are some numerous beautiful new faces, actually, a lot of new faces in this movie. It practically talks about a young girl who is very hardworking, very obedient, and people takes advantage of her kindness, her love, and she realized that no, I can't do this anymore. Now she was also being nurtured and influenced because of her overly religious background. So that is how come people just take advantage of every good thing she does for people. Then we also have this brother in Christ, very loving, very good, and this guy has immersed his whole body in Christianity. Like everything he does is the Bible preaching, praying. This was also affecting his love life. He could not even talk to a woman without quoting the Bible, without allowing or letting these women read the Bible. And he was like, nope, I can't continue like this. I want to get married. I have a vision. I have to get married. So he was now introduced to this girl who is so kind, and the girl has to teach him how to propose, how to talk to a woman without involving the Bible. So I mean, at the end of the day, the two of them ended up falling in love. So yeah, this is what the movie called To Love and Kabash is about. So now let's start with the storyline, guys. Let's start with the story. With this movie here, this is Monoboli production. This movie is actually very interesting. The storyline is interesting. It teaches you how to stand for yourself. Don't be a mumu all the time. Be good, yes, but don't let people walk over you. Yeah, you're going to learn that. And also, those of you who are so religiously inclined, like everything about you is Bible, Jesus, reading, prayer. Like, look, sometimes you have to step your feet out of that zone for a second. And if you watch this movie, you actually, learn that as well. Yeah, you can be religious and still have the beautiful things, especially in terms of relationship wise, or even having money. You can still enjoy all of that even when you are fully enclose yourself in Christianity. So the storyline is pretty decent and pretty interesting to watch. Let's talk cast, guys. Let's start with Dike. He played a character as a prayer warrior. He was really interesting to watch. Yeah, very, very interesting to watch. And talking about him, the character, he was so prayerful. Kudos to whoever wrote the script for this movie. He was so prayerful, the way he was standing, the way he was dressed. Ooh, yeah, his costume or wardrobe was really good in this movie as well, to say. And the glasses, the posture, like, yeah, he actually did really good. This is, I think, when it comes to Esodike, he is not particularly good with emoting emotions out of his character. So in this movie, he had nothing to do with emotions, and I think this is right up his alley. I think this is the kind of movie he should be acting more often, so that he can also have a niche where he's perfected or where he's known for. Yeah, when it comes to movies like this is a role that he did so well. In my opinion, he did it very, very, very well. I was even shocked. I was like, okay. And it brought out some comedy aspect of him. He was actually funny. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, this is a very interesting character that he played. I think he nailed it very well. It was beautiful. He did very, 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 very well in this movie. Then we talk about Ekama. We know her mostly, if you guys are in tune with this channel called Royal Art TV. She's more popular on that channel. But that notwithstanding, in this movie, she was particularly also, uh, you know, a sister in Christ. But at least for her, the character she played, she was more of, a good Christian, good value, but not particularly overly immerse herself in that. And she, came into the picture to teach, train, and let a Sodike character to calm down a little and look, practice more of lively, relatable issues, not just everything that has to do with prayer or Christian whatnot. So her character was really interesting. She also was being taken advantage of due to her background as well as how she was being trained as a child. As a child, your parents will not allow you to even say a word. Like everything they say, you have to work and do the same thing. They order you around, your opinion is not being heard. I think that kind of translates into how she is, how she carry herself as an adult. And if you watch this movie, Omoni Oboli took us through, which is really beautiful, the background effect or background story. They show us events of things that were happening years ago that affected her the way she is. Then let's talk about the office scenes. Most of the office scenes was really interesting. Her colleagues were taking advantage of her. She couldn't say a word just because she's a good person. I was getting so irritated with her character in a way that I'm like, why are you allowing this thing happen to you? Like, can't you open your eyes and see what's going on? So yeah, the office scenes were really, really great. If you watch it, you understand. The characters, that is Kofi and the other lady, yeah, they were really, really interesting, taking advantage of their colleague. Those were interesting characters as well. Then we also have to talk about the lady that played Ekanam's best friend. They shared an apartment. She was really good. She was dating one of the boss in the office. She used that as to climb to a position that she was. So this movie touches a lot about relatable things, and that is interesting to see watching this movie. When you use someone to climb to a social ladder, when the person is not in that position, you lose your job. Exactly. And we saw that play out when you watch this movie. Her character was also very interesting because she was that friend that was really supportive, always there, and always, she was also a Christian sister, yes, but we also know that in the church we have these Christian sisters who are doing things in the worldly way. Like, they come to church but they still do the thing waywardly, and she was playing that character. So yeah, she did it very well. She was interesting. And then we talk about the costume in general for this movie. Costume was really good. I was surprised. I was like, yeah, this movie can actually pass for a Christian movie. I came to realize that now this is actually a Christian movie, like Christian, holy Christian movie. There was no romance, but you can't even feel it. You can't even see that it is lacking in this movie. You get what I mean? So yeah, it's a Christian, for my Christian followers. This is a movie you should watch if you haven't seen it yet. To Love and Kabash, you definitely love it. And also, finally, I want to talk about one letdown of this movie is that we didn't see any business meeting in the office. Everything was done. Yes, we saw colleague having conversation, their boss coming in to have conversation with them, but there was no business meeting one bit, and that was something. And then also Kabash himself was a teacher. We didn't see any school principal conversation, nothing like that, and he was always sharing his school update with this lady, but we didn't have anything to see what exactly was going on with that in that regard. So that was a little bit let down, but yeah, it didn't take away anything from the story or how interesting this movie is at all. Rating it, I'll definitely have to rate this movie a 6/10. It's actually a good movie. You should watch it. It has a lot of things, very relatable and very Christian-like movie. My Christian followers, you have to watch this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one.